Hey y'all. Did y'all miss me? Cause I missed y'all. Your girl was sick, but I'm back. And I'm hitting y'all with a vlog and I'm hitting y'all with a story time. And by the title, you can see the story finna be juicy. So like, comment, and subscribe. Don't y'all want me to thrive and keep on telling these stories? Don't y'all want to keep on seeing me? And yes, the natural hair is out, the real hair is out. Y'all like it? You shouldn't have. But without further ado, let's get to the story time. And how I whooped this grown man's behind. Alright, if y'all hear the noise, that's just the kids. They home. They're trying their best to be quiet, but they're not at all. You can hear them very, very, very well. Part of being a big sister. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But this was a shortly lived relationship for my mother. Not my fault. He thought he was going to be my daddy. I have a dad. And it's not you. We're going to call this man Kenneth. So Kenneth came around my life when I got out the mental hospital. I was in the mental hospital in March, and I met him when I got out. And my mom just randomly introduced me to him. No warning, one sign. And I was looking at him kind of weird because he was lacking melanin, if you get what I'm saying. He was no chocolate in him. No diversity. No Africa. He was plain on Cajun. And that's not my mom's type. Never been my mom's type. Yes, but I let her live her life, and I let her entertain him. And not even 2-3 weeks into the relationship, I realized he started staying. And he would be here for days on end. Like, they was sleeping in our living room. And then they went in my dad's room. And even it was to the point where I was going to give up my bedroom because my mom gave me her bedroom so that they could have the living room. But I was like, y'all not going to be in my dad's bedroom. That's just rude and disrespectful. So they ended up being in my dad's bedroom. And I was going to give up my room so that they wouldn't be. But they ended up turning the other room into a bedroom, which they should have did that for my sister, and my sister had that idea, but my mom said no. But when this dude come around, you said yes, and y'all turned into another bedroom. It had came to a point where I was trying to talk to my parents, and every time I would talk to my parents or go into my parents' room or go to talk to my parents, this dude would jump in just because he was there, and I was like, I'm not talking to you. And I didn't tell him at first. I kept telling my mom to tell him. And I guess he wasn't getting the message. So I started to tell him myself. I was like, I'm not talking to you. I got parents. You know what I'm saying? So he just started doing the old, like, good stepdad trips or whatever. And he had took me and my niece to the aquarium for our birthday. And when he took us to the aquarium for our birthday, it was great. He paid for everything. I cannot lie about that. Then he took us to TGI Fridays. And when I sat down and at TGI Fridays, we were getting to know each other really, and he had told a story about how his daughter had committed because she was great and stuff, and how he was healing from that and just crying boo-hoo, getting all emotional and stuff. And it was like we still mourn her passing, you know. But he was like, I wanted to tell you before anybody told me. And I was like, nobody knows you, so why would anybody tell me that? But you know, I kind of felt for him, stuff like that. And then I was telling him about how me having borderline personality disorder, I can't really feel or like for you if you're not really important to my life and stuff like that. But when I do feel for you, I feel all the way. I do not show emotions in the right way, and then I got dark humor and stuff like that. And then red flag wanted to say I remind him of one of his wives. That's really red flag already, because if I'm supposed to be like this daughter figure to you, why do I remind you as one of your wives? That's weird. Why are you comparing me to one of your wives? Red flag. Then I want y'all to doc what I just said about the situation about his daughter that he told at TGI Fridays. Yeah. So, I could tell he was an emotional person, and I'm not okay with men being emotional. I could tell you on the amount of times on my hand that I don't see my dad cry. So seeing a dude cry is not, it's okay to cry, but seeing a dude cry is not like second nature to me. It's not normal. So I just felt like uncomfortable. I don't know why. Um, but that didn't end up going great. He ended up paying for the dinner and buying me a drink, which I give it to them. The man did spoil me, spoil all of us. But that's how men are in the beginning. When they want something, they put their best friend out. When we came back, it was getting towards the uh, end of March. He had took me to Atlanta to one of my friend's birthday party, and really, he seemed a little like agitated. He seemed agitated to even take me. I guess he felt like anytime that he hanged with my mom or spent time with mom, she was doing for her kids or doing he had to do for us. Um, I could see it. I could see it in his face. He wasn't really fucking with it. You get what I'm saying? That was the vibes I was getting off. So I ended up telling him to go, and I found my way back to because I was in A, and I was telling him I found my way back to Macon. I keep saying a lot. Let me stop. But time progressed, and he ended up staying here even more. Like, he would not go home. He would shower here, this, that, and the third. And him and my mom decided to take a camping trip, even though everybody in the house was like it wasn't the time, and that she was neglecting her duties at home to be with him. But she ended up going with him anyway. So you know what I did? Because I'm always stuck with the kids, and I always have the kids. So you know what I did? I got mad, and I ended up taking a dirty hoe. And in the room they built on the side, I ended up taking it to that wall and making them a window. And I know what y'all thinking. Raya, that's extreme. Like, you broke the wall down. I didn't break it down. I put a hole in it so they can have a window. It was a little dark in there. Damn, don't look at it. Well, I'm already like 30 minutes out. She ended up not coming back. So you don't want to come back? So you don't want to be here? You won't have a place here. That was my concept. So fast forward into we're in the middle of April, and they're staying more and more. He's staying here more and more. He's jumping in conversations that I'm trying to have with my mom, and he's jumping into family situations, and it just got to the point where I'm done telling her. I'm gonna tell him. So I told him, and he started getting nasty. He kept on trying me. He was like, "Oh, well, go ahead and talk to your mom. You're not talking to me." And like, he was talking with his hands and being sassy. I brushed it off. And I was telling my mom, like, can you tell him I'm gonna hurt his feelings because you're actually just using him for his money? I don't believe in you gotta respect your elders, and I don't care because I feel like to get respect you gotta give it. If you're not giving me respect, I'm not giving you respect. So all that talking with my hands and talking crazy to me, and I'm really trying to spare your feelings, yeah, it's not gonna go. So it was one day, we have a gate or that's around our house. It's been there, it's been built there before he even came around. He decided that he was gonna fix the gate and cut it halfway. Well, if the gate went around the house and my dog was on the side of the house, he cut my dog out of the gate. I do not play by my baby. I do not play by my dog. That is my baby. That's my responsibility. And you don't just, I feel like I'm not good with change. So I think that was another issue. Like, you're coming in here, you're changing stuff and doing stuff like that, and you don't even live here. Well, you're not supposed to live here. But who told you to do that? Who told you to do this? So that was already breaking my nerves. So I asked him, I was like, how I'm supposed to feed my dog? How I'm supposed to get to my dog? Because I use a big Home Depot buckets to feed my dog, to get my dog water. Because he's a big dog. He's a Great Pyrenees. He's a big dog. My mom was going to say walk around the gate. And I was like, no, I'm going to go through your room. Because her room leads to outside. She turned the sunroom to her room. So the sunroom had led out from the house to my dog. So I'm going to go through your room. He going to tell me no. I'm looking at him I'm like, who is talking to you? And I'm like, so how am I supposed to get to my dog if I can't? I'm not about to struggle and walk around the whole, like, literally I would have to walk around the whole block 2 feet and get to my dog. What if it's an emergency? Why would you build my dog outside the gate? Why would you do that? When the gate goes all the way, why would you cut it halfway? And I was like, I'm finna take it down. And he's gonna go and say, if you didn't take it down, you're gonna put it back up. Excuse me, sir, it was you to tell me to, if I take it down, put it back up. I'm looking at my mom like, I'm not like, are you not gonna say nothing? Mind you, this situation, prior to this situation, my mom had went to one of the central city parks, or like just to one of the parks in our city, and was on the swing and ended up breaking both her hands. So she's sitting there with broken hands. And I'm like, so you're not going to say nothing? And she's just letting him pop his gums. So I'm like, y'all know I'm good for breaking it down. Look at the hole in your wall. He was like, but you want me to fix your floor in your bathroom, right? So now he was threatening me that if I broke the gate down, he wasn't going to do what he was supposed to do. Not even for me, but for my family. And I was like, you act like that phases me. And I'm looking at my mom like, you letting this man talk crazy to me. So I walked over there and I was like, listen, I don't told my mom plenty of times to tell you when I'm talking to her, I'm not talking to you. But I didn't get in his face. I was in my walkway. And he was like, oh, what are you going to do? You're going to hit me. Mind you, I had it on me. So I was telling him, why would I be out here fighting with a grown man? I am just going to pop you. That's what I said. I did. He was like, oh, what? You said you're going to me? And he pushed me. Mind you, I was in a dress. So when he pushed me onto the pavement. His head fell over. Everything that was in it, even the fire that was in it had fell out. And everything under my dress was exposed. So, he had pushed me. And I got up. It was on. I seen red. So I got up and I hit him. And we get into it. He just kept trying to. So now he's on top of me. We on the ground. I'm under there. I'm doing my survival skill practice. I'm grabbing his and I'm twisting it. I'm just twisting it. He's turning red. I could see the fire beside me. I went to grab it. Someone above me that seen us fighting. I don't know if it was my sister, but my sister ended up getting in the fight. My mom, she ended up taking it from my sister because my sister had took it from me. My sister went and cocked it. And my mom took it from her, ran in the house, locked the door, and left me out there fighting with this grown man in the yard. When my mom took it and ran in the house and locked the door, I felt like it was life or death. It was just between me and him. But I guess she went in the house to lock the door. Call the law, which I really didn't feel like that was necessary. But my sister's girlfriend, she had came and tried to put him in a headlock, and he got out of it. And then my sister was like, get off of her. And he mushed my sister's face. So when he mushed my sister in her face, her girlfriend just started hitting him in the back of the head. Chokehold was gone. She just started thumping him. And then my sister started thumping him. And then I started thumping him. So now he getting jumped by a whole bunch of girls. Then my mom was like, stop, stop. And so my sister stopped. But me, when I'm in the act of aggression and I'm blacked out, it's no stopping. I don't care who you is at all. Or I don't care who you are. Let me correct it because I'm a college girl. I need to correct my grammar. I don't care who you are. So he started hitting me. And I was like, I've been through this before. So I was like, I'm used to this. And this is nothing. Like, them dudes hit harder than you. You're not doing nothing. So, I blacked out, but I spun around and beside me, I could see a 4x4. So when I spun around, I could see a 4x4 in one of our fire pits that we have outside. I grabbed the 4x4 and I hit him with it. And he caught it a little bit with his hand, but got hit in the face with it. So, I guess that made him angry. So he started charging at me. So I dropped the 4x4. And then I picked up the trampoline. The kid's trampoline. I picked up the trampoline. And I picked it up. And I smacked him with it. Because it's life or death with me. Now you done woke up a beast and a monster you should have never even had to. That you should have never, because I didn't even want to fight a grown man in the first place. Made him really mad, so he decided to punch me in the face. He punched me in the face 3 times. But I was like, that's not nothing. Like, that's all you got? Because he is a very hokey dude. So I'm like, that ain't nothing. That's all you got? And my eyes just went. I was like, yeah, let's go. And I just started, bah, bah, bah. I just started going at it. Because, like, you don't hit me in my face and I could see I could take it. You just hit a 19-year-old girl. Mind you, he's 36. You just hit a 19-year-old girl. Once you hit me and you can't get me down within the first punches, and like when my adrenaline pumping, I don't feel nothing. You can't get me down within the first punches, you're through. Like, I'm finna go Super Saiyan. I'm finna go crazy now. And so I end up just chasing him and just going at it. So he ran out of our gate and called the law. So the law ended up coming. He started snitching on me to the cops. Like, he didn't even wait until get in the room with a burger or nothing. He just started snitching on me to the law. But that's because he was in the wrong, because he had put his hands on me first, and it was self-defense after that. So they ended up taking him. He ended up going to the hospital with a broken hand and stuff like that. Yeah. Long story short, don't walk up on Roddy with it. And I'm not gonna feel like I could beat up anybody in the world, but you don't never fight nobody that's scared of you. And my grandma always told me that, because it's a matter of life or death. And the fact that I'm 19 and he was 36, that played a big factor in it, because he's a grown man and I'm a teenage girl. So that played a big factor in it. Yeah, that's a story of how I found my mom boyfriend. We ended up getting a restraining order and stuff like that, so he's not allowed to be within the feet of me. I don't know what he thought, because he lost his daughter. He was gonna treat me like his daughter, but baby, I got a dad. That's my twin. We locked in. You can never come between that. So if y'all like this story, I know I talk a lot, sound a little monotone and low key, but I didn't want to get overhyped and yell, because I realized I yell a lot. But if y'all like this story, give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments, leave your thoughts. If y'all have any questions, y'all leave that too. But I just want to say, no man should be putting his hands on you, and you should not be used to a man putting his hands on you. You should not be used to having to fight grown men either. That's not okay. But I'll see y'all next video. Bye. You're right.